Oklahoma City did it again, everybody. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode No Limits to Lucas, episode number 10 for June 14th, 2025. Your Saturday, June 14th, 2025, like I said. I'm a very, happy man today. A very happy man for sure. Barely, I was stressed as living hell last night watching my Thunder. Came back in the fourth quarter like the Denver Nuggets in Game 4 with the second round matchup of the Thunder. He came back and beat the Nuggets then. He came back to beat the Pacers here. And thank God, man. We were going down 3-1. I would have been a nervous wreck. But we weren't going to come back down 3-1. We really weren't. Not playing like we did at the first three quarters last night. I'll tell you that right now. First three quarters of that game, that's the whole game, fucking sucked as a Thunder fan. I ain't playing like awful basketball. I've seen a lot worse Thunder basketball. But man, for the biggest event of the NBA season, the NBA Finals, and you shit the bet the first three quarters, you come back in the fourth quarter. We're going to talk about in today's podcast, to say at least. I'm a happy man, though. I'm a very happy man for sure. Thank God Oklahoma City pulled through Indiana, beat the Indiana Pacers. I forgot the freaking score, honestly. What was the freaking score, man? I forgot the whole fucking score, man. I have it in my notes here. It was like 111 to 104. Yes, it was. 111 to 104. They won by 7 points. Yeah, okay, people. I am very sorry, to say the least. We're going to discuss your finals for Game 4 today. Please follow me on social media, Twitter, and Instagram, Lucas E. Allen. Facebook and TikTok, No Limits to Lucas, and Patreon.com/No Limits to Lucas. And by the way, if you're watching on YouTube, hit the like button hit the like button on today's video or a podcast. Hit the subscribe button, turn the bell for all post notifications, leave a comment on this video as well what you think of certain topics I discussed today. And also, if you're watching on Spotify, leave me a comment on Spotify, also a 5-star rating for sure as well. If you're watching on Amazon Music, I guess just watch Amazon Music, to say the least, man. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm also doing a little bit of announcement in the coming days where I'm going to do like promotions and everything for social media and Twitter and Instagram and all the both media platforms. We're going to discuss that probably in a couple of days from now, like I said. Maybe on the Tuesday podcast, spoiler for June 17, 2025. Maybe then. Maybe in a couple of days after that, we can find out later on, like I said. Let's get into your introduction, shall we? This is your Friday Night Smackdown, June 13, 2025 review, with John Cena starting the show by claiming he's Mount Rushmore, he's claiming the Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling. It's just his face 4 times because nobody compares to him. And Cody Rhodes interrupts and came out and said that Cena was right about everything he said. Don't know about that though, Cody. Don't know about that whatsoever. Also, he also reminded Cena that Cody pinned Cena at Money in the Bank. And Randy Orton came out and says he's determined to get another shot by winning the King of the Ring tournament. LA Knight, another clusterfuck opening segment for SmackDown. What else is new? LA Knight came out to voice his opinion, which led to Cena leaving the ring. As soon as he was walking back to the backstage area or something like that, R-Truth came out to attack Cena. And by the way, I thought Ron Killings was Ron Killings. But now Ron Killings is not back to R-Truth. What the fuck is that type of logic there, Triple H? I don't know what the fuck you're doing there. We're going to discuss that. Also, Randy Orton, speaking of the Devil, defeats LA Knight. Also, speaking of the Devil, Aleister Black and Carmelo Hayes in King of the Ring tournament match. I was kind of let down by this, honestly. We're going to discuss that. Also, Jade Cargill defeats Piper Niven, Nia Jackson, Mia Yim. I'm sorry, Meechin. No, her name is Mia Yim. Sorry. In a Queen Ring tournament match. My God, man. I'm tired of the freaking Meechin name. Just bring back Mia Yim. I mean, it's not a big deal on the grand scheme of everything, but still. But still, man, it is what it is. What do you want me to say? I'm going to keep saying it for the sake of saying it, I guess, right? It's just fail 4 match. It was just whatever. I didn't care. I knew Jade Cargill was going to win this, honestly, unless Mia Yim will pull a miracle by pinning Piper Niven. But wait, it is what it is. We're going to discuss that. Discussing the Wyatt 6 defeat Motor City Machine Guns in a very disappointing match as well. A lot of disappointing matches on the show, man, to say the least. You're also John Cena, the reigning defending undisputed WWE champion, came back storming down the ring and called out R-Truth and saying that Truth crossed the line and disrespected Cena and called out Truth in the ring. But instead, Cena gets CM Punk, and Punk told Cena he needs to stop what he's doing and give the crowd a happy ending to his run. And as Punk was leaving, Truth attacked Cena again and talked in STF on Cena while Punk was saying Truth hurts, end quote. That was the best part of the whole show. That was the best part of the whole show, I feel. By far, it's the best thing on the show. I mean, the main event was soft with King Cody and Nakamura and company there, but still. This is easily the best thing on the show. We're going to discuss that. Alexa Bliss defeats almost like Casey LeRae. I almost said Casey LeRae. Candice LeRae, excuse me. I'm sorry, Candice. I'm deeply sorry. I'm quite really tired today and not getting coffee yet. Alexa Bliss defeats Candice LeRae, Charlotte Flair, and Alba Fire in the Queen of the Ring tournament match. That was actually pretty solid. Prefer this one over the first Queen of the Ring match. We'll discuss that. Cody Rhodes defeats Shinsuke Nakamura, Damian Priest, and Andrade in the main event in the second King of the Ring tournament match on the show. A lot of King and Queen of the Ring heavy tournament matches on this show, man. You like to see that, but I hate this as a fatal four for a first round. I don't know how you feel about this. I hate fatal fours in a first round match of a freaking tournament. I don't understand that. But we're going to discuss that in your SmackDown review. Also, your Raw show stands this week for that. Also, some Goldberg. Fucking Goldberg's returning, and I don't give a shit. At least it's probably the last time we'll see Goldberg, knock on wood. We'll discuss Goldberg set to return this Monday on Monday Night Raw to kick off his retirement match storyline. We're going to discuss that. Also, the WWE working on mainstream artists to produce a new Seth Rollins theme song. I freaking love that, by the way. We're going to discuss that. Also, Triple A's Mr. I don't know if you're pronouncing this right. Mr. Iguana. Don't know who the fuck this dude is. Says he's made WWE main roster bound and now edited interview comments. Which apparently WWE is frustrated with Mr. this dude. I don't know why, in all honesty. We're going to discuss that, though. Also, WWE's Jade Cargill, we just discussing the SmackDown review, lands her first Hollywood film role, and I freaking love that for her. We're going to discuss that. Also, some Brie Bella, one half of the Bella twins and her brother and sister Nikki was on Raw this past week. Brie Bella in talks for a possible WWE return for Evolution. We're going to discuss that. Also, backstage update on Bianca Belair. Oh my fucking god, what is wrong with me today? Also, backstage update on Bianca Belair after suffering broken fingers at WrestleMania 41. We'll discuss that. Also, backstage WWE suggests Natalya and Maxxine Durpi tag team member works. I mean, backstage news. I'm sorry, people. My notes mixed up now. Lovely. Discuss that. Some backstage details on a match reportedly planned for AEW All In Texas. We're going to discuss that. Also, that's all the wrestling news. It took about 8.5 minutes to mention all that. And the sports news. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, lead MVP from my Oklahoma City Thunder. Leads late Thunder rally to stun the Pacers to even up the NBA Finals. 2-2 in a Game 4 victory. Thank you, SGA! You saved me big time, the Thunder there. I love my Thunder so much, man. That was a pretty fun 4-quarter last night. Like I said, but my God, the first 3 quarters were freaking brutal almost. Well, third, turn the ball over and then so much. We're going to discuss in a minute, bro. Let's be real. Also, speaking of Thunder, 2 NBA Thunder guys, legends here. We're going to discuss Russell Westbrook declines player option with the Nuggets and will become a free agent. And so Kevin Durant, also Kevin the Snake. I still not forgive leaving my Thunder, man. I still not forgave him. I just hope the Thunder don't trade for me offseason. That'd be freaking stupid, I feel. Also, Kevin Durant trade appears imminent as suitors submit final offers to the Suns. We're going to discuss that. Almost done, people, by the way. Colts to introduce late owner Jim Irsay into the team's Ring of Honor during the 2025 season opener. And always just saying wrestling and sports history and quote a day. Guys, Lucas, where's the pop culture / music stuff? Well, there's no news station, and therefore I'm not discussing any this day in music history. I'm sorry for that, people. You don't want to you don't want to watch my podcast without enjoying by all means. It's fine where it is. We just come back later on for discuss more pop culture news next week, to say the least. We're on today's podcast. Glad you joined me. It's always on site this week's or episode number 10 for No Limits Lucas right now. Starting with, you guessed it, your Friday Night Smackdown, your WWE Friday Night Smackdown, June 13, 2025 review. Star John Cena, the reigning defending undisputed WWE champion, starts the show by claiming the Mount Rushmore for professional wrestling is just his face 4 times. It's hilarious, I feel. It's good old John Cena, a little bit of heat there, to say the least, because nobody compares to him. And Cody Rhodes came out and said that Cena was right about everything he said. Don't know about the Mount Rushmore line there, Cody. I don't know about that one. But he also reminded Cena that Cody pinned Cena at Money in the Bank. And Randy Orton came out and said he's determined to get another title shot at Cena by winning the King of the Ring tournament. And LA Knight came out to voice his opinion, like we need to freaking know that. Which led to Cena leaving the ring. And as he was walking back to the backstage area, R-Truth attacked Cena. This, my friends, a formulaic, clusterfuck open, not a good way, gets snowball grade of a C-. Don't get twisted. John Cena had the best grade on the show, but the worst grade to start off the show. My God, man, what are we doing here? What are we doing here, man? Yo, I just don't understand what we're doing here. So many interruptions, some promos back and forth. We start with John Cena, we get to Cody Rhodes, then Randy Orton, then LA Knight, and R-Truth attack Cena. Like, bro, seriously, what's with the clusterfucks fucking interruptions, bro? I thought it was, thank God it's not commercials, obviously, like Saturday NBC, or / Fox, you get the point, but still, you get the fucking point, people. What was the fucking point of this? The same stuff to start Friday Night Smackdown, I absolutely hate it. I don't hate the fact they're feeling Ron Killing / R-Truth with John Cena. I don't mind that. Especially if he is Ron Killings. I don't even know if he is Ron Killings anymore, according to Joe Tessitore. Kept on calling Ron Killings R-Truth again. What are we doing? This type of logic here, Triple H. Gotta ask the honest questions. Hey, you love critiquers, right? Like me, right? Hello, Hunter. God, do you remember that freaking piss that was that podcast? Is, fuck the critics, brother. Like a Hulk Hogan type voice, you basically, well, you get the point, people. This gets a C-. Shall we move on, please? This does like 4 things to discuss to start the show. It's freaking ridiculous. Ridiculous, and it's not great, bro. It really wasn't. Moving on to Randy Orton. Speaking of the devil, defeats LA Knight, Aleister Black, and Carmelo Hayes in a King of the Ring tournament match. Believe it or not, I was let down by this match. I expected a lot better from all 4 of these guys. Then LPL Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker basically caused another interruption with freaking attacking LA Knight because LA Knight's feuding with Seth Rollins. And then LA Knight takes the pinfall against Seth Rollins. Not Seth Rollins, Randy Orton. When I mentioned Seth Rollins, I don't know freaking why, bro. But dude, really? Really? I know it's a fatal 4-way and it's no disqualifications and no countouts. I get it. But this is a King of the Ring tournament match. And this is the type of interruptions we're getting in the King of the Ring. And Queen of the Ring, if that matter too, for women. What are we doing? What are we fucking doing here? C+ your grade. It doesn't help when LA Knight took the pinfall here too. But then again, here, we are just going to pin Aleister Black. He just came back to the company. Carmelo Hayes needs to win to save his life here, I guess. I guess LA Knight's not bad taking a pinfall here, but still not great in all honesty. C+ is your grade. Moving on to Jade Cargill. Got news on here later in this podcast. defeats Piper Niven. Oh my god, here, I can't pronounce her name right. Try it again. Jade Cargill defeats Piper Niven, Nia Jax, and Mia Yim for Meech and want to fuck the collar. And the Queen of the Ring tournament as well. I big fat say. Really? Oh my god, bro. Trust me, I like they're doing the King and the Queen of the Ring tournaments. But this show did not have good matches whatsoever, minus the main event match with Cody Rhodes, Shinsuke Nakamura, Damian Priest, and Andrade. That was good. The rest of these matches are not that great, but I mind the other women's match on the show. But still, that was not that great either, but it's still pretty solid for the Queen of the Ring tournament match. This one was not so solid. Not so solid, not so good, bro. Big fat C. It's the Wyatt Six, who got no fucking reaction here, and that's fucking sad. That is sad. Probably because it's WWE's fault. It's not Bo Dallas' fault. It ain't Nikki Cross's fault. Not Dexter Lumis' fault. It ain't Joe Gacy. It's not Eric Rowan either, bro. But this is on Triple H and WWE. The reason why the Wyatt Six are not getting pops no more is because it's the WWE's fault, the creative team. They don't know what to do with gimmicks like the Wyatt Six. It's sad, I know, but still. It was sad to see that, honestly. But the Wyatt Six, at least they do get a win. Defeat the Motor City Machine Gun guys of Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. Another big fat C. What the fuck were we doing with both these tag teams here? What are we doing? What are we doing, bro? What else do you want me to discuss? What else do you want me to discuss? This was not very good, and it was so sad to see the Wyatt Six not get a good reaction whatsoever. It was sad. This gets a big fat C. Hold on, back to John Cena, the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE champion. Came storming down to the ring and called out R-Truth and saying that Truth crossed the line by obviously attacking Cena at the top of the show and disrespected Cena and called out Truth to the ring. But instead, Cena gets CM Punk, and Punk told Cena that he needs to stop what he's doing and give the crowd a happy end to his run. It's in the retirement tour, obviously. As Punk was leaving, Truth attacked Cena again and locked in the STF on Cena while Punk was saying the truth hurts, which is a brilliant line from Phil Buck, CM Punk. This is the best thing on the show. Finally getting some good stuff on the show. Last three things are great on the show. This gets an A-. I actually like this quite a bit. This was pretty freaking fun. I could have done, honestly, R-Truth getting locked in the STF, honestly. That's the only critique I have to share about this. But CM Punk, people might say, oh, well, Lucas, you might complain about Cena and Punk not taking place in United Champions in Saudi Arabia. I understand your critiques there. I didn't have my critiques afterwards. Is this the best usage to put that match in Saudi Arabia? The answer is fuck no. But at least it puts extra heel heat on John Cena by being like a big prick and put CM Punk through Saudi Arabia. I don't mind that part. My only problem is, why are we doing this in Saudi Arabia for the final time between John Cena and CM Punk? You see, that's not the best placement. I don't see a Money in the Bank in Los Angeles or one of the two nights of SummerSlam. But obviously Money in the Bank being more better, honestly, because it makes a history with Cena and Punk from Money in the Bank 2011. But I was also before that SummerSlam for one of the two nights of night one or night two of SummerSlam in New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey. I preferred that. I know that, people. I even preferred it too. But at least this puts making more heel heat on John Cena, putting CM Punk for Saudi Arabia, the stuff he said about Saudi Arabia when he was not in play with WWE back in the 2019 era. The stuff he said, it's a brilliant heel heat on John Cena. So you don't mind for that sake at all. This gets an A-. This is a pretty fun segment for sure. So Alexa Bliss. She defeats Candice LeRae, or Casey LeRae, like I said at the top of the podcast. Alexa Bliss defeats Candice LeRae, Charlotte Flair, and Alba Fire in the Queen of the Ring tournament. This is pretty solid. Probably giving it a B-. By the way, I gotta discuss something about Charlotte Flair. I actually been quite liking this. I liking this more of like gimmick she's possessing with Alexa Bliss, or she's still a queen gimmick. I get it, but I like the developments that's happening here with Alexa and Charlotte. I actually do like it. Alexa and Charlotte's not always in the title picture. See, this is what I always wanted from Vince McMahon. I know Triple H is still not a perfect booker. You see, he had to win the Royal Rumble this year. I get that. I like this though. Given like Charlotte having like a little bit of losing streak, developing a story here. This is what I wanted for Charlotte. Coming back this year, honestly. Like literally, at least they fucking find a way to do this better. But sure, I love their gear. She loved their gear last night. I love the gold on Charlotte. She looks great last night for sure. Alexa was the right winner here, by the way. You might say, oh, Alba Fire needs to win, or Candice LeRae needs to win. I agree with you. People might say Charlotte needs to win, and they probably don't want Charlotte to win. I don't blame you, honestly. But Alexa was the right winner here. I was kind of fearing for a Charlotte Flair and Jade Cargill finals of the Queen of the Ring. I'll be honest, if that was the case, that would have been a freaking boring match for the finals. I gotta be honest. So thank God Alexa won this match. At least who's she facing in the next round? Is it now? I think it's even announced yet. No, because the other side is Roxanne Perez and Jade Cargill now. Poor Roxy. We love Jade Cargill, though. She looked great last night in her own gear, to say the least. But still, this is a pretty solid match. Give it a B-. On to your main event. Cody Rhodes defeats Shinsuke Nakamura, Damian Priest, and Andrade in the main event in the King of the Ring tournament. This gets a B. This is a pretty solid main event here. One of the better main events we've seen from SmackDown in the last, couple months. It feels like you're a formulaic LA Knight versus a Bloodline match, or a Randy Orton versus Bloodline match, you name it, bro. It was so fucking ridiculous. It was the same formulaic main events from your segment-wise with John Cena and Logan Paul. It's been a disaster for the main events to start with SmackDown, also the main events for SmackDown as well. But this was pretty solid main event for sure. Give it a B. I gotta sneeze, by the way. I'm not gonna sneeze right now, though, because I gotta do a podcast. Maybe I'm gonna take a break for a little bit and do a freaking sneeze in the meantime. Oh my god, man. But Cody Rhodes defeats Nakamura, pin Nakamura 1, 2, 3 after Damian Priest and Andrade in this match with Fatal 4 for the King of the Ring. This is a pretty solid match. Give it a B. Do we see Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton in the finals of the King of the Ring? I don't know if we should do that. I feel like Sami Zayn should win this. With Sami being Cody Rhodes in the finals, so I don't think that's better. I think that's better, honestly. You don't need Cody Rhodes to win the King of the Ring and ultimately get back to John Cena, people. He already pinned Cena and Money in the Bank. What does he need to win the King of the Ring for? Or if Randy Orton wins the King of the Ring, but who is he going to challenge? He ain't challenging Gunther. That'd probably be Sami Zayn or Ilya Dragunov, people are saying. And who else you want to say? I don't even know. He ain't facing John Cena again, I'm telling you right now. Unless you make it a triple threat match with Cody Rhodes involved. So I ain't fine off with that, I guess. But this Cody Rhodes, Shinsuke Nakamura, Damian Priest, Andrade King of the Ring tournament match is an already would be. Pretty solid match for sure. As your World Show for Friday Night SmackDown, June 13, 2025, gets an all with C+. As for your World Show stands this week, number one show, by far, Monday Night Raw, June 9, 2025 with a B+. In second place is a three-way tie at NXT, June 10, 2025. AEW Dynamite Summer Blockbuster, I hate that freaking name. It's June 11, 2025, and Friday Night SmackDown, June 13, 2025, with a C+. Now is your overall show stands, your Friday Night SmackDown, June 13, 2025 review. Now let's get back to your podcast. Moving on to Goldberg, the Bill Goldberg himself. Lovely. I love discussing Bill Goldberg on this podcast, man. So nobody fucking ever as I look left and right in my direction. All it's audio podcast, you get the point. Bill Goldberg set to return on Monday Night Raw to kick off his retirement storyline. This Monday night coming on Raw, by the way. Regarding the PW Insider Elite, former WWE Universal Champion Goldberg, I hate calling him Universal Champion. Makes me flashbacks to Kevin Owens and the Fiend Bray Wyatt, bro. God, it was horrible booking decisions, man. Former WWE Universal Champion Goldberg will appear on June 16th episode of Monday Night Raw. With the added expectation that he will be regularly featured on Monday Night Raw's Red Brand in the weeks leading up to the company's takeover of Atlanta, Georgia. Obviously for Saturday night's main event for July 12, 2025. Going head-to-head with, I think is it going head-to-head? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going head-to-head with AEW All In Texas, I believe. Unless it's going, I think it's 3 o'clock. It is 3 o'clock. I am just a dumbass. So it's going to head with NXT Battleground. Great American Bash, you get the point. Jesus, man. This was, I don't care to see Goldberg back personally. I hate the fact that probably putting him and Gunther, and Gunther's not back to WWE World Heavyweight Champion to be in JUS on Monday Night Raw this week. I hate that it's going for a title match, but at least, the love of God, don't have Gunther lose against Goldberg. I don't think that'll be the case, knock on wood. That'll be just as bad, if not worse. A recreated decision done defeating Bray Wyatt and Kevin Owens. By far, the worst one was Bray Wyatt, but still. Knock on wood, that happens. Triple H, I swear to God, you do that, bro, you are done as a booker. I'm saying that right now. Because, my God, if they have Goldberg beat Gunther for the world title, that would be fucking awful. That would be probably the worst or creative decision in all of WWE history. At least up there at the Fiend Bray Wyatt for sure, neck and neck. Because Goldberg will be what? We'll have a since then. 5 years older since then? He's already old now? Dude, we don't need that. But at least I don't think he's going to win the title. But I hate that he's got to go for another title match. I hate that personally even more. But at least Gunther put this man out of his misery and put him in the freaking retirement home for good. Because we do not need Goldberg back. Even though I prefer him not to be back, period. At least Goldberg, I'm sure he's not going to beat Gunther. I'm sure he'll put over Gunther, hopefully. Hopefully, knowing his ass. You probably won't, knowing him. We shall find out for sure, man. Keep updating Goldberg what he does on Monday Night Raw. For just coming Monday night on Raw for June 16, 2025. Should be interesting. Next podcast, episode 11, and No Limits Lucas discussing Goldberg returning, man. Should be interesting for sure. Keep updating this for the Monday Night Raw coverage on episode 11 on No Limits Lucas. Move on to Debbie working with a mainstream artist to produce a new Seth Rollins theme song. And obviously, he's doing his heel tactics with Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and also Paul Heyman. I absolutely love this decision. Well, WWE seems to be gearing up to give Seth Rollins his faction a big push. Obviously, you can tell the Monday Night Raw. With reports now emerging that the mainstream musician will create the Rollins' faction's new theme song. Rollins currently has one of the most theatrical theme songs in all of pro wrestling, with every arena singing along to it. However, WWE is reporting has other plans for Rollins and his new group, according to Body Slam. The report states that WWE intends to create a new theme song for Rollins, a voice character Lovely, featuring a mainstream artist, though the artist was not named. The report also noted that the group will receive a new name very soon. Absolutely love hearing that. Because Rollins, he's doing a heel stick here, and his heel faction of Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman. You can't have his babyface theme song, the crowd sings his song, whoa, whoa, whoa. You can't do that if you want this man to be a heel. So I absolutely love them changing the theme song, whether it is play debut on Monday Night Raw this week. We shall wait and find out. And this is a needs to happen for not even just a heel or not, honestly. So wait and find out what Seth Rollins' new group will be called. I absolutely love that being a new group called and name his faction as well. So wait and find out what WWE does with Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and also Paul Heyman in this faction Monday Night Raw. Waiting to find out that I keep updating this for sure. Move on to Mr. Iguana. I don't know how to say his dude's name. Of AAA. Says he's WWE main roster bound and now edited interview comment. Obviously, now that also WWE also has heat with him, honestly, for this. I'm not going to discuss it here. It was reported by Wrestling Observer's newsletters Dave Meltzer. Need to explain more? Didn't think so. Mr. Iguana wrestled in a 6-man tag team match alongside Octagon Jr. and Arrow Star with AAA trio facing WWE's Lince Dorado, Cruz Del Toro, and Dragon Lee. Iguana's impressive showing during the match is set to give him a ticket to the WWE main roster, which he revealed during an interview with Liana Directa TV. Almost said Direct TV. I don't know why, bro. They told me you're not going through NXT, you're heading straight to the main roster. We need you here because your shirt is the top seller in WWE. No wonder why they want him on the main roster. But he's selling so much merchandise. It's probably made Jey Uso the WWE World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania. Because he's his big merch seller. And he's also the bigger entrance in all WWE. But probably the biggest entrance in WWE right now. You get the point. Well, like, seriously, this company is all obsessed with their fucking money, bro. It's disgusting. Well, moving on back to this report. And you're also the fastest rising star when it comes to action figures and trading cards. But like I said, more money. Said Iguana. Or Ignat. I don't know how to fucking say this dude's name. Further in the interview, the AAA star stated that being a part of WWE, the dream come true for him, and that has been a whirlwind since Saturday when he captured the attention of the millions. So we can find with Mr. Iguana. I don't know, like I said in the YouTube comments or even Spotify comments. If I'm pronouncing this dude right wrong, please let me know in all honesty. I don't even know if I'm saying the dude's right name. I wouldn't know whatever whatsoever in all honesty. Keep up to date when he does on WWE's main roster. Keep updating him for sure. On WWE's Jade Cargill lands first Hollywood film role. Former WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Jade Cargill will be making her Hollywood debut, starring alongside Jonathan Majors. Well, weird, I've never heard Jonathan Majors. Never heard who he was. I'm sure he's some big time actor apparently. Jonathan Majors in the action thriller True Threat. The production of the film is set to begin this upcoming fall. Cargill is just the second name to be announced for the True Threat, with Majors being the only other actor attached to the movie since last March. Yeah, it's pretty good. Second ever star. I love that for Jade Cargill for sure. True Threat will follow the story of Special Forces Operative Vernon Threat, played by Majors, who seeks revenge after his son is killed by Harlem's Apollo Kids gang. Cargill will play the actor Mika. I guess I say Mika. You say how I say it. Who is a key lieutenant? Lieutenant. Excuse me. I don't know how to freaking say it. I want to see lieutenant within the Apollo Kids, and to just how to fucking say these words, man. In the film, the role will require Cargill to use her physical strength and athleticism, as you see on WWE right now, obviously. Her professional wrestling background being a main reason she was cast as Mika. Following the announcement of Cargill being added to the film, director Jar McMurray praised the WWE star in an interview with Deadline, explaining that he's thrilled to have her fulfill Mika's role in the project. I am excited to have Jade join us on True Threat, McMurray said. She is a unique talent with a rare blend of athleticism, charisma, and controlling character. On camera was a character for some reason. The role of Mika requires presence and impression, and Jade brings both. I believe audiences will see a completely new side of her in this film. Yeah, it should be interesting, man. I'll watch this movie. Probably not. So I'm not a big fan of movies at all. And I watched some movies in the past, like I watched some Marvel movies, so you don't know how much I love those. And like other movies involve like Miley Cyrus, obviously, but still. Not a big movie to watch, recommend to our TV shows and all. So, congratulations to Jade Cargill for sure. Keep up there when this film debuts in the Hollywood area, to say the least. Moving on, Brie Garcia, also known as Brie Bella, in talks for possible. Oh my god, man! Let's try again. Brie Bella in talks for possible WWE return for Evolution. It takes place July 13th as well for 2025, like I said. TMZ Sports has reported that Brie Bella will be making her imminent return to WWE. Evolution is per a source with direct knowledge. Although it remains to be seen if Brie will be physically competing at the Premium Live event, and reps for the Bella twins did not respond to TMZ reports or sports on the matter. I would think they have Brie Bella and Nikki Bella, the Bella twins, probably challenge Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for a WWE Women's Tag Team Titles Evolution. But see, I don't know if I want to see that. I'd rather see Nikki Bella and versus Liv Morgan 1-on-1. Making out Brie in a corner, Nikki and Raquel in the corner of Liv, I don't mind that part. I don't mind that whatsoever. But to me, I'm not a fan of Brie Bella in the ring, honestly. I don't know what it is. I don't think we need her back in WWE, especially the women's division. I mean, the tag team division can probably use the Bella twins. But I'm just not... I'm tired of the women's tag team titles as a whole. I am tired of them, honestly. Like, we don't even... That's why we do in AEW. We don't need the women's tag team titles in AEW either. You don't even any promotion except for TNA Impact. Because they got a stacked roster. And know what to do with those women's tag teams in TNA. You get the point. So we finally see if Brie Bella is back on WWE. Probably Monday Night Raw. You can probably see her for sure. Keep up on her for sure. When inevitably, make sure WWE return for Evolution in 2025 on July 13th. A backstage update on Bianca Belair after suffering broken fingers at WWE WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas this year. At WrestleMania 41, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair did a critically acclaimed triple threat performance for the WWE Women's World Championship, what I thought was the best match on the show. For that Pacific night, WrestleMania night 1, night 2. Not the best match of the whole weekend, probably go with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and CM Punk. But right behind him in a close second is Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley for sure. Unfortunately, not at all participants emerged unscathed. Bianca Belair specifically walked out with a few broken fingers, which she later tapped up on the subsequent episode of Friday Night Smackdown. A new report has emerged to provide an update on the timeline for her in-ring comeback. According to PW Insider, elite WWE officials are hopeful that Belair will be able to return by SummerSlam, which is slated for return in early August. If not sometime beforehand, Belair has largely remained off of WWE television after sustaining her broken fingers. Still, she appears to be in good spirits, with her focus now being healing and getting back to SmackDown, which she considers to be her home, albeit the currently divided one. So waiting to find out what Bianca Belair does at SummerSlam. It sucks she's going to miss Evolution. That's a brutal time for that. For a second ever Evolution PLE, that sucks for Bianca Belair not to be on. I'm sure that she's staying. It stinks for her not being the All Women's pay-per-view or PLE in general. That sucks big time for our glorious EST. I wish her the best, though. I wish her the best for sure. Hopefully she'll be back by, hopefully before August, when we mean better off. But now we can probably put her away in the SummerSlam picture meeting for a WWE Women's Championship on SmackDown and find out. Maybe she wrestles Naomi. Bianca Belair and Naomi. That'd be a pretty fun undercard match. But also, unless they want to do Naomi and Tiffany Stratton for a Women's Championship, that'd be also fine for sure. So wait and find out what Bianca Belair does at SummerSlam, when we should be back on WWE television going forward. Keep it updated on the EST for sure. Now, backstage WWE news suggests Natalya Maxxine Durpi tag team in the works. For the first time in decades, WWE's Natalya has been making headlines for what she's been doing outside WWE bubble, as proposed, or what she's been doing in it, as she's gone out to wrestle for Josh Barnett's Bloodsport for NWA. Natty has done curiously a little work for WWE itself, which is tragic if you ask me. Wrestling 9 matches for the promotion with only 3 current on PLE. Raw or Smackdown, but a new report suggests that a tease involving her from a few months ago could see her back on W again very soon, or real soon. Taking text early from his Twitter, obviously, for Thursday afternoon, Corey Hayes brought to attention WrestleVote's radio report, which suggests WWE is preparing to launch a new women's tag team consisting of Maxxine Durpi and Natalya. While nothing is finalized, it's expected that the duo will be going under the name the Dungeon Dolls. Oh my fucking god. What kind of a name is that? The Dungeon Dolls? Oh, wait a minute. Here's the thing here. A reference to the Hart family dungeon where Natalya first honored her craft. Okay, maybe that explains it a little bit in context, but still. The dungeon. What does the dolls got to do with this? Because they're both women? They're blonde women? I don't know what the fuck that means. Like, bro, come on. Let me put Natalya in the singles division for the Intercontinental Championship on Monday Night Raw, please. What's with WWE's obsession with the Women's Tag Team Championships? Just like I said in the Brie Bella segment of this podcast, we don't need women's tag team titles in WWE or any promotion in general, especially AEW. Well, keep updates for sure, but my god, bro, I don't care to see this, honestly. I've rather seen Natalya in the singles division for a women card main event scene for the world titles. That's just me. I'll keep updates on this for sure, though. Moving on. Backstage details on match reported planned for AEW All In Texas in 2025. It's taking place on July 12th, going head-to-head with NXT Great American Bash. AEW's biggest event of the year is 1 month away at the time of this writing, and the card for All In Texas began to take shape as Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada will continue their legendary rivalry in a match for the AEW Unified Championship. I hate that freaking name. It is what it is. Mercedes Moné looks to add another title to her collection as she faces Timeless Toni Storm. For the AEW Women's World Championship, and Hangman Adam Page will be the man who will not only challenge this for Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship, but the man who will finally rid the company of the Death Riders. You sure about that, bro? Don't tell Tony Khan that. You might freaking want to reverse psychology there and play with this freaking audience, to knock on wood. God, man. Don't ever put that out in the universe, please. I'm not meaning to do that, but still, you get the point. However, there's another match currently in the works, according to a new report from Fightful Select. A match that looks to involve both former AEW World Champion Swerve Strickland and former AEW International Champion Will Ospreay. Sources in AEW that Fightful Select spoke to claim that the current direction for Strickland and Ospreay for them to team up at All In Texas against the company's EVPs, Executive Vice Presidents, to say the least, the Young Bucks. What do you want me to say about this? Honestly, the match should be a banger. It's obviously the best wrestlers in the world, Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay, and probably the best tag teams on all planet in the Young Bucks. But, bro. Really, bro? Can they coexist, pal? With Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay. They just wrestled on Dynamite's Summer Blockbuster, man. Now you know how these two team up to take on the EVPs, the Young Bucks. Should be a fun match, but still, I don't think it's not, but definitely not do it for Ospreay or Swerve Strickland whatsoever. But it is what it is, to say the least. Keep updating this for sure. Moving on to your sports, because obviously start with my Oklahoma City Thunder. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, MVP right now for the NBA, leads the late comeback Thunder rally to stun the Indiana Pacers team up to NBA Finals 2-2 in the Game 4 victory. And a crucial Game 4 victory for my Oklahoma City Thunder. It wasn't pretty, like this title says. It wasn't pretty, but for the Oklahoma City Thunder, it got the job done. The Thunder overcame poor shooting from deep and aggressive Indiana Pacers defense Friday night for a 111-104 victory and win in Game 4 of the NBA Finals. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander led the fourth-quarter rally after struggling for much of the game. With the win, the Thunder tied the series at 2 games apiece, 2 games to 2, obviously, and re-seized the home court advantage. They relented in Game 1 loss in Oklahoma City after Tyrese Halliburton game winner, obviously, basically. The series now shifts back to Oklahoma City for Game 5, which takes place Monday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ABC. This is huge, man. This is a huge freaking fourth-quarter rally for the Thunder. They played, I'm not saying they played like shit the first 3 quarters, but they were not like the Thunder that won 68 games this whole regular season. That's for certain. But my God, man, they came back and they won this game. That's all I care about. They pulled basically the Indiana Pacers. They pulled the Indiana Pacers to come back. But then again, you guys still pulled Oklahoma City Thunder too for a second round. When Game 4, they were trying most of the game, the Game 4 against the Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic and Nuggets, where they were down by I think 8 points to start the fourth and came back to win the game in Game 4. That was also very huge, because they would have been down 3-1 at that point too. But thank God, man, because the way we were playing this whole finals minus Game 2, I felt like we were down 3-1 and been over back in Oklahoma City for Game 5. I kid you not. And if not, back to Indiana for Game 6. But now, since they came back in the fourth quarter and they rallied to win this game, I can say this, man. We have a series on our hand. Should be strapping your popcorn, man. I'm a Oklahoma City Thunder fan. I want the Thunder to get this series over with so we can win the NBA Finals. Hopefully they win that, knock on wood. But if you're an regular NBA fan like I am too, you might as well have your popcorn ready, man. This is going to be a freaking series. It already is a series nonetheless, too. My Thunder eating up the series 2 games apiece, man, going back to Oklahoma City. This is a huge fucking win. This one, you have no idea. We need this a lot more than the Pacers. It'd been nice for the Pacers to go up 3-1 in the series, but being the 68-win team, the best team in the NBA all season long, and the Thunder, and to be up 3-1 against them would be freaking huge for them. But even as now, they have the Thunder still on the rally with still being up 2 games apiece. Two games apiece tied 2-2 at Game 5. This is huge, man. A huge win for the Thunder for sure. And keep you updated for the next podcast. I'll be recapping Game 5 of Oklahoma City and Indiana for Game 5. This series ships back to Oklahoma City for Game 5, like I said, for sure. Keep updated on this. The No Limits Lucas podcast episode 11 will be June 17, 2025. We'll be discussing Game 5, man. Should be interested. OKC! We'll see, bro. We shall wait and find out my Oklahoma City Thunder coming 2 straight and going back to Indiana for Game 6 as well for then. Keep all updated on the NBA Finals as the days and days go tick towards the NBA season for sure. Speaking of Oklahoma City Thunder, the next Thunder guys, Russell Westbrook declines player option with the Denver Nuggets and will become an unrestricted free agent in the summer of this year, 2025. Russell Westbrook is declining his player option for next season with the Denver Nuggets and will become an unrestricted free agent on June 30th, according to Mark Stein. Westbrook's player option was worth $3.5 million. Westbrook had a great season this year for his standards this stage in his career. I'm looking up his stats right now per se. I think I can on it, honestly. So let's look at this. Russell Westbrook stats. We shall wait and look up this right now. Okay, for a season in general. Oh, yeah, here it is. 13.3 points. And you have 13.3 points for your average in the season. And what I found, I look up for efficiency here, but it is what it is. It is what it is, like I said. They hit the point. Yeah, himself a pretty good season off the bench. He's basically a 6-man for the Thunder. Or not the Thunder, Nuggets. And himself a pretty good run with the Nuggets. He also returns the Nuggets, too. Like a 1+1 team option, 1-year deal. Increase of like $5-7 million. If he gets more than that, that's a little bit of an overpay for a season. I'm a big-time Westbrook fan. He's my favorite player of all time for the Thunder. But still, we should wait and find out if he returns to the Nuggets or goes to some other contender. Maybe comes back to the Thunder. That'd be a pipe dream, honestly. Russell Westbrook backing up the MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to be kind of electric if you ask me. Should wait and find out for that. Sure, we keep it up then. Russell Westbrook where he goes into 2025 season, 2026 season. Wait and find out for that for sure. Keep all that update on Westbrook for sure, like I said. On to also former NBA Oklahoma City Thunder player. Kevin Durant. Trade appears to imminent as suitors submit final offers to the Phoenix Suns. Kevin Durant could be joining the fifth franchise by the end of this weekend, or the end of the weekend. According to ESPN's Shams Charania reported Friday on the Pat McAfee show that the Miami Heat, Houston Rockets, and Minnesota Timberwolves are submitting their final offers to the Phoenix Suns star forward. Sharani reported Wednesday the San Antonio Spurs and the New York Knicks had also expressed interest in Durant. However, on Friday, Sharani told McAfee and Co. that the focus of the Suns' conversation in the last 24 to 48 hours has been on the Heat, Rockets, and Timberwolves. Honestly, there's two teams I think that should definitely go after Kevin Durant. At least you can make an argument that has enough assets to get Kevin Durant. And it's not the Heat or the Timberwolves. The Rockets are on my list, so that's one team. And also, like I said, San Antonio Spurs. It's one of the two Texas teams with Kevin Durant. Going to Texas, being Kevin Durant went to college in Texas, at the University of Texas, the Longhorns and everything. So those are two teams I think I should have enough assets to get Kevin Durant. Minus the Oklahoma City Thunder. You make an argument might the Thunder would want it back. I don't know. But do they need Kevin Durant? Where are you going to put him? Once you trade Hartenstein in that deal and like a couple first-round picks and some other young players. But I don't think the Thunder need Kevin Durant. They're in the NBA Finals without Kevin Durant right now. You can make an argument the Pacers could use Kevin Durant too if you can say that. Like, maybe like Miles Turner, but then you would place a center at that point. Like, nothing to go back. I think Thomas Bryant's not totally that good. That's just me, honestly. But then again, who else would play on Kevin Durant? To me, it's the Houston Rockets or San Antonio Spurs. They have enough assets. They got, like, Reed Shepard for the Rockets can throw in. But like Dylan Brooks can make the money to work. A couple, maybe like Jabari Smith Jr., a couple first-round picks, maybe one first-round pick, and then only like 36-year-old Kevin Durant be not good enough. Or the Spurs. I think the Spurs are my number one team here. They can trade Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, me and both. And maybe, like, if you can trade Castle, if you have to trade Stephon Castle, I think you should. But if you can, I'd like to hold on the rookie of the year, Stephon Castle. I'd like to hold him on to him. And have Fox at the 1, De'Aaron Fox at the 1, Stephon Castle at the 2, Kevin Durant at the 3, Jeremy Sohan at the 4, and you have Victor Wembanyama at the 5. That should be a very fun team. That's the thing that the Spurs can use his Kevin Durant services for sure. We just wait and find out Kevin Durant. If he gets traded by the end of the week, and we'll keep you up there as well for sure. Keep you up there. And Kevin Durant, we go to the next, and it's 15 the last, like, decade almost, it feels like it's at least. So your final piece of news here. The Colts to induct late owner Jim Irsay into the team's Ring of Honor during the 2025 season opener. The Indianapolis Colts announced Friday longtime owner Jim Irsay will be inducted into the franchise's Ring of Honor during the team's season opener September 7th, I believe, against the Miami Dolphins. I'm pretty sure it's the Miami Dolphins for sure. Pretty good for the Indianapolis Colts inducting their owner Jim Irsay. We don't think of Jim Irsay, he's done in the past, the Colts, his ownership and everything. What he's done for the team as a whole is a different story for another day. But Jim Irsay is an absolute legend in the Indianapolis Colts history. So if them induct him in the Ring of Honor in 2025, the season opener against the Miami Dolphins, a pretty good look for the Colts. Pretty good look for them for sure. So good for the Indianapolis Colts getting this done and everything. Induct their late owner, Jim Irsay. And by the RIP to Jim Irsay, an absolute legend of world football and the Indianapolis Colts as well. Keep up update with the kids close in the NFL season. More news comes out about NFL news to say the least. Should we break an hour or should we get this podcast over? We run your final segment, about 54 minutes on this show. Then finally, on this day, wrestling and sports history and quality to finish off your No Limits to Lucas podcast, episode number 10 for June 14th, 2025. So your wrestling this day in history. 1993. At a house show in Columbus, Ohio, the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott Steiner, won a WWF Tag Team titles after beating Money, Inc., Ted DiBiase, and Owen R. Schwartzer. They would lose the titles back to the Money, Inc. 2 days later, but then won them back again 3 days after that. What's freaking hot potatoes so much there? What the fuck? Moving on to 1999. At a tape in a Monday Night Raw in Worcester, Massachusetts, Ivory defeated Deborah to win a WWF Women's Championship. That's 1999. Moving on to 2010. Monday Night Raw was in Charlotte, North Carolina. In the opening match, The Miz defeated R-Truth, John Morrison, and Zack Ryder in a fatal 4-way to win the WWE United States Championship. That's 2010. Moving on to 2015. WWE Money in the Bank was held in Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio, in front of 15,277 fans. On the show, R-Truth defeated King Barrett in the opening pre-show. In the Money in the Bank ladder match, Sheamus defeated Neville, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, Kane, and Dolph Ziggler to take the briefcase to win himself a guaranteed WWE World Heavyweight Championship within 1 year later. I believe he cashed in Roman Reigns that year as Survivor Series, I believe, for sure. Yep, he definitely did. Moving on, Nikki Bella is back in WWE in current debut. Love to see that. Defeats Paige to retain the WWE Women's Divas Championship. What's that? Women's Championship? No, it was the Divas Championship. Paige thought she had the match won via pinfall, but Nikki Bella has swapped places with her sister Brie, and it was Brie who was pinned. The match continued after, and Nikki hit the rack attack on Paige, then got the win. Also, The Big Show defeated Ryback by disqualification in a WWE Intercontinental Championship after The Miz attacked Big Show. Freaking sounds awful there, honestly. John Cena defeats Kevin Owens after hitting Owens with 3 attitude adjustments. The primetime players, Darren Young and Titus O'Neil, defeated New Day, Big E, and Xavier Woods to win the WWE Tag Team Championships, with O'Neil getting the pin on Woods. And finally, your main event that year, honestly. Seth Rollins defeated Dean Ambrose / Shawn Moxley in AEW, now the AEW World Champion, in a ladder match to retain the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Both men got the title at the same time, but when they fell off the ladder, it was Rollins who held on to giving him the win. So that's 2015. We're on 2020. WWE Backlash took place at the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida because of COVID, obviously, that year. The majority of the event aired live, but the main event dubbed the greatest wrestling match ever, which I freaking hated. The greatest wrestling match ever with Edge and Randy Orton. Fucking ridiculous, bro. Was pre-recorded on June 7th on a pay-per-view. On the Backlash kickoff pre-show, Apollo Crews retained the United States Championship against Andrade. Bayley and Sasha Banks, just known as Mercedes Moné in AEW now, retained the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships in a triple threat match against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross and Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, the Iconics. Moving on to Sheamus defeats Jeff Hardy by pinfall after 2 bro kicks. Moving on to Asuka retained the WWE Raw Women's Championship against Nia Jax after both women were counted out of the ring. And Braun Strowman defeated both the Miz and John Morrison in a 2-on-1 handicap match to retain the Universal Championship. Strowman got the pin on Morrison after a running power slam. Fucking awful that was, honestly. Drew McIntyre retained the WWE Championship against Bobby Lashley after McIntyre hit a Claymore kick on Lashley and got the pin. On the Street Profits, Andrew Dawkins and Montez Ford defend the Raw Tag Team titles against the Viking Raiders, Eric and Ivar, but the match was called off after both teams started brawling in backstage area, and then the teams fight off a group of ninja bikers. Oh my fucking god, but wait, remember this. Led by Akira Tozawa, followed by 7-foot giant, tall ninja. I think that was probably Omos. Remember that shit? Oh my god, that was awful. My fucking god, man. Do I not miss those days at all? Honestly, as a Mercedes Moné fan, I love those days, obviously. I love those days with carrying the performance center on their back and Paley and everything. But still, I hated the fucking performance center other than that. The main event of the pay-per-view was Edge versus Randy Orton in the greatest wrestling match ever, quote-unquote. During the match, Orton and Edge used their own finishing moves on each other, RKO and Spear, respectively, and paid tribute to other WWE legends by using their finishers, such as Kurt Angle's Angle Slam, Batista's Batista Bomb, Triple H's Pedigree, Eddie Guerrero's Three Amigos, The Rock's Rock Bottom, and Christian's Kill Switch, which I believe that year Randy Orton took out Christian, I believe. Yep, he definitely did. As this podcast finally went over an hour, I couldn't get my statistic. I'm sorry about that. The match ended with Orton hitting Edge with a low blow, followed by a punt kick to get the pin after almost 45 minutes. So that's the same wrestling history. Moving on to sports history. 2001. The Los Angeles Lakers beat the Philadelphia 76ers 108-96 in Game 5 of the NBA Finals to complete the best playoff run in NBA history. The Lakers, who finished the playoffs with a 15-1 record, are the first to go through the playoffs undefeated on the road. So 2001, moving on to 2003. The San Antonio Spurs defeated the New Jersey Nets 88-77 in Game 6 for the franchise's second title. The Finals MVP was Tim Duncan. So 2003, moving on to later in 2004, the year I was born. The Detroit Pistons defeat the Los Angeles Lakers 100-87 in Game 5 of the NBA Finals for the Pistons' first championship in 14 years. So that's 2004. Move on to a decade later, 2014. The San Antonio Spurs win their 5th NBA championship, defeating the Miami Heat 104-87 to win the series in 5 games. If your final part to stay in history or sports as well as a whole. 2019, in a blockbuster NBA trade, the New Orleans Pelicans sent forward Anthony Davis to the Los Angeles Lakers for Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, and 3 future first-round picks. I believe it's still debated to this day, with the Hawks having the 2025 Lakers pick in this draft, too. So that is to stay in history. Moving on to your final part is your No Miss Lucas podcast, episode number 10. Your quote of the day. Quote of the day is, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift of God, which is why we call it the present. By Bill Keane, to finish off your podcast. Quite love that freaking quote. I've loved a lot of these quotes recently. Repeat that again. Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift of God, which is why we call it the present. By Bill Keane, to finish off your No Limits to Lucas podcast, episode number 10 for June 14th, 2025. Thank you all for watching. No Limits to Lucas, episode number 10 for June 14th, 2025. We'll be back Tuesday, episode number 11, No Limits to Lucas, for that being June 17th, 2025. I might on YouTube do more videos throughout the next couple days and everything, but probably not. I'm hopefully not going to do that. And also on the No Limits Lucas podcast, probably 11, I would think. I have a little bit of announcement to share, but I have all the situated in time. My full-fledged announcement got me. I'm still planning to do more things about my announcement I do in the past. You get the point, people. Until Tuesday for more content, No Limits Lucas and YouTube and all audio platforms. Peace and love. I'm out. Take care. Love you all big time, to say the least.